Lethal Company. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. A co-op horror about scavenging at abandoned moons to sell scrap to the company. Not really much of a description there, guys. A better description would have been simply, you will fill your pants. There's a blob behind us and a spider in front of us. That's good. And I can't see shit down here.
Lead it this way.
Yeah, kite it round there.
Right, hello.
What's the blob?
There's cobwebs ahead.
That's probably a better description of this game. It's single player and it's co-op, guys, but it's way. I've played it both, and man, it's way better with 4 people. It really is good with 4. It's fantastic with 4 people. It's overwhelmingly positive on Steam. That means the vast majority of people absolutely love this game. I'm one of them. I've banked 13 hours into it in over 2 streams. The both streams are still up there. You can watch the full horror of what I endured anytime you like. So the gameplay loop is very, very simple. The 4 of you are in a spaceship, which the company kindly provide. They give you a little bit of money to fund your little mission, and you then choose one of the moons to go to. The easier moons are free at the beginning of the game. The more difficult and brutal moons, you have to pay to get there. You will be given a quota of how much money you have to earn in the week. It's a 3-day week, so that's not a lot of time to do it. And you set off. You land your spaceship with more immersion than Starfield, and then you head off into the building. Now, the buildings are all procedurally generated, so you don't know what you're going to get when you get in there. What you're looking for is scrap. You carry a little radar. You can right-click your mouse. That'll send out a quick radar pulse and that shows you where the entrances and exits are, as well as any kind of loot. And you can also scan some things that might be alive inside. So anyway, you're after loot, you're trying to find scrap metal, and you can only carry so much of that as well. There's only 4 inventory slots, and some of them are so big and heavy you need 2 hands to carry it. And you take that back to your spaceship, and you have to be back at your spaceship before midnight. You can only tell what time it is by being outside. So when you're inside buildings, you lose track of time. If you aren't back at your spaceship by midnight, the spaceship automatically takes off on autopilot, and you're stranded and you're dead. But if you do get back before midnight, get your loot on board, take off and head out to the next planet, and hopefully you'll meet your quota. Now, everything has a monetary value that you will bring back to your ship. You can sell all that to the company, and the money you get, you can buy things to make life a bit easier. You can buy better flashlights, for example. You can buy the awesome teleport device, which will teleport people out of harm's way if you have somebody manning it, but you can't teleport the loot. That gets dropped. So as you're wandering around using proximity mics, which sound fantastic, so it's all sort of voice over IP in the game, and it's proximity based. So if you walk too far away, you fade out, and eventually you will not hear anything. And guys, can I just say, this game goes, as far as fear goes, it goes from 0 to 100 in under a second. This game, 1 minute, you can be just, yeah, it's cool. There's 4 of you. You're wondering, you might be even cracking a joke as you're going down some of the corridors, shining your flashlight, looking at things, looking for loot. It can be perfectly sane and calm. And then a second later, half your team's dead. There's a big fucking monster chasing you, and all you hear is people screaming.
I think the main building is past those monsters. We're gonna get past them. Oh,
What the fucking Mario? What the fuck was that? Now, one of the fun parts of this game that is just outstanding is it reminds me of Aliens. And that is, if you have somebody who stays on the ship and operates the CCTV camera, everybody has their own little, it's not a camera as such, but you can see them on the map. You can switch between the different players, and they show up the direction they're facing, and you can see them moving around the rooms. You can see about 2 or 3 rooms either side of them. You can see if there's any red dots, which are unfriendlies, and you can direct them. You can also open doors for them, turn off auto sentries that might be there, all kinds of stuff that you can help them with interacting from the actual spaceship. It is so atmospheric when you're trying to warn people that there's a red dot heading their way and they're looking and they can't see anything, but you can see it coming. Then all of a sudden they stop moving and you know that that red dot was some horrific monster and it's killed them. Now, I'm not going to go into what the kind of monsters are because that would spoil it, but I will say there's weeping angels, which is one of the most horrific things ever. They're not actual weeping angels because that would be copyright, but they are the same mechanic. In other words, if you look at them, they won't move. They can't move when you look at them. So they're perfectly harmless. You can look at them and they will not move. They're just frozen. They are not allowed to move when you look at them. But if you look away for a second, they will charge at you. And they are lightningly fast. So you can't turn and run or they will just get you. So you have to back away. But when you go through a door and turn, they're at that. Guys, they're fucking terrifying. I foolishly thought that I was safe on the spaceship monitoring the CCTV cameras. In fact, I do have the footage of this. This is how things can go from nothing to 100 in under a second. I think I'm having a conversation with Owl, one of the guys we're playing with, about shovels. Well, this is what happened.
Oh, right, I see what's happened to you. I know. Why is this? I want a shovel.
Have you just bought a shovel?
It tried to get me to buy a shovel.
Yeah, I bought a shovel too. I typed in that command. The door was open of the spaceship and a beast charged in and just ate us. And the bloodbath that was left when the others came back to the ship and saw the state of the floor, well, there wasn't much left of us. This game does something most AAA games don't understand anymore, and that's atmosphere. How to get the player immersed in what they're doing. Now, obviously, it's not perfect. It's an £8 game made by a very small team. Might have even been a solo dev, I don't know. But it's an £8 game. And it oozes immersion, oozes atmosphere, does pretty much everything right. I even like the look of it. The graphics are pretty cool, the way that the graphics work. It works. It just works. Unlike Starfield and many other big, expensive £70 games. And this is why I keep banging the drum for indie. The creativity, the talent and the excellence is at indie games. It's not at these washed out, dried up has-been companies that are charging you through the snout for absolute shite. This is a game I'll be streaming and playing a hell of a lot more of. It's fantastic. Dead end. Oh, there's a jump here.
I come over there.
Yeah, let's do the jump.
Fucking hell.
That's an easy one. Oh! Oh shit! Oh, me fucking Andy! Move! Move! Ah!
That's brilliant.